a good day wherever you are in the world. I wanted to make a short video on Workhorse to see where we're at with this stock and the company in general. Maybe look at some price action and the company itself here briefly. But I did my toe in this, and I just wanted to track along with you how we're doing for price. So today, I believe they're announcing earnings, or they announced earnings, but it looks like it's taken a dip down here. So uh, earnings may not be too favorable here for Workhorse today, unfortunately. But that doesn't mean that the future isn't bright for Workhorse. It's going to take patience. It's going to take patience for them. I'm just pulling up updates as I'm recording this for you guys. So let's see. Second quarter results. So must not have been too impressive. So down 8% for the day. Okay, I guess we know where we stand with this. So it had been consolidating here, and you can see that's not all doom and gloom just because they're down 8%. I know that they're working some things out, and I'll talk more about those in a minute. So we can see the price action here is actually quite exciting for July. So anybody that have bought on the $5 range and kept, they've 3x their money. So not a bad deal at all. Just because we're down a little bit for the day doesn't really mean that there's no future for Workhorse. It just means it's going to take longer than unfortunately some had anticipated. Where there's the collaboration with UPS that they're doing. They're doing collaboration with some schools on some technology that I'll talk about here in a second. Let's look at the financials. Yeah, they're not very stellar, to be honest. If you look at basically profitability, the stock price is actually doing very well. 443% year-to-date return. So nothing to talk negatively about as far as the stock performance. Actually, that's pretty amazing. I always say, when did you ever see a blue chip stock return 443% year to date? Not very many. But as the old saying goes, high risk, high reward, low risk, low reward. So that's how all of this comes into play, at least for myself. Volatility, 11% to 12%. Beta, you can see here, it's 2.89. So if the market on average is 1.0, you can see where this is going to be 2.89 times. So almost 3 times more volatile than the market itself. So that 8% in a few days with a news catalyst could turn into a positive 24%. You just never know. This thing has spiked quite a bit. You look at the moving averages and 50-day moving average. That's almost 2 months. So if you say 60 days, and just be conservative, 50 days in 2 months, roughly, 25 to 30% return. That's not too bad at all. 200-day simple moving average, 211% return. It's only the past 20 days to include today. The average is down only 4.9%. So patience is key here. That's what we need, is to have patience. Obviously, there's so many things that can happen with these types of electric vehicle companies we've seen, and I've covered some unfortunate and tragic things with Nikola Motors, and going all the way to 90 as an example, and coming down to, I think they're in the mid 40s today. So that's not all tragic if you're just getting in now, but for those that were in June and in that stock and bought at $70, where it was averaging in June, and also in July it dropped. So that's always a possibility with any of these stocks, but it's not apples to apples. This isn't that, and that's not this. So let's review the product a little bit. Let's review the product. This is the exciting part, and this is where patience is needed. So you can see here the delivery trucks. The last mile delivery is what they call them officially. These are, the trucks that uh, postal service would use, or UPS uses, FedEx uses to deliver everyday packages. You know, the design of it looks really nice. Workhorse. It's not too futuristic. It's not, it looks pretty clean and updated. If you look at some of those postal service trucks, they look really outdated, to say the least. And um, coincidentally, there's a bid right now with the postal service, and many of you are already aware, and the CEO did mention that they're in the running for a piece of that pie. How big of a piece, nobody knows. The CEO isn't at liberty to state how much Workhorse would be getting for that, from that bid. So yeah, very exciting as far as the potential here. They've got a couple different options for trucks. We've got the C1000 and the C650 manufacturing. Here's another exciting thing. So right now, I think they can only offer X amount a year and produce X amount of trucks, but they are breaking ground and trying to grow their organization. So by this time next year, it wouldn't be surprising if they've doubled their production or increased it by 25%, whatever the case might be. And they're based out of Ohio. That's another positive for them, where we're trying to bring manufacturing back into America. We, not meaning me, but just our country, is trying to bring manufacturing back into America. So that's a very important key point and reason why it would be a good idea, to potentially support Workhorse and invest in them. And it's not the last thing. There's two other things that I wanted to cover about the product. So the trucks is widely known, and people are coming up to speed with the drone technology. So they're also making partnerships, and they own parts of the software for these drones to communicate with the trucks as well. So the trucks would come back down to the truck, pick up the package, and deliver that to a residential area, maybe a commercial strip mall. I'm not sure what the exact case would be, but it's impressive the way that these drones can pick up the package and communicate with the truck. So that leads me to the next topic regarding that, and that's their software ecosystem, which is very impressive. So they have sole proprietorship to their software and how the trucks communicate within the fleet. So I can read a little bit about that for those of you that might not be aware. Metron that belongs to Workhorse, is a proprietary telematics system developed by Workhorse. This multi-platform application allows you to track and monitor the performance of all Workhorse vehicles in your fleet and collect data that you need to optimize route planning, monitor maintenance, and fuel costs throughout the life of the vehicle. So it's all synced together and very communicative from the smartphone, and I'd imagine the worker or whoever supervising the fleet can have real-time data of the truck. So it's a multifaceted truck company. It's not just they're producing trucks. They've also have software. They're doing partnerships for the drones. This company is full of potential, and I'm seriously thinking about investing for the long term with them. It's just gonna take patience and time. So I hope this video has been of help to anyone. If you found value, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'll be doing more research on other exciting companies such as Workhorse. I did a little bit on Fisker Ocean. That one's another good one that I can think of. There's several of them right now. SHLL with Helion, that's another one. There's a risk reward to all of this. So I encourage you, please do your own due diligence. Consult your financial advisor, and don't take financial advice from a random guy on YouTube. So thank you for watching, and take care. Have a good rest of your week.